Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Keto on the Couch with Rachel and Joe.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two
crazy
ketos.
And this is the series where we talk about what's going on in our life for the week. So we go over different comments and questions that you guys have. We discuss problems that may be happening in our life, both keto and non-keto related. We go over foods that we ate, challenges that are happening in our lives, and we also talk about things that we're looking forward to in the future.
And right now, it's really hard for me to concentrate on anything.
Why?
Because it stinks in here.
It's not that bad.
I am, you know how sometimes you see like a picture on Instagram of some delicious meal and you think to yourself, like, I wish that we had like the ability to taste or smell right through the picture, right through the video.
Smell-o-vision.
I'm really glad we don't have
I
smell-o-vision.
actually saw that somebody's invented that.
I'm glad that we're not using it right now.
Why?
Because Tabitha got like super duper pooper sick
well,
today.
we were at church. I don't smell it.
Because your nose must be burnt out.
No, because I smell something. See, you're on the side where the door is that comes from the room that she was. Now we did clean it, but you know, like it's like
lingering. and you bathed Tabitha.
Yep.
But it smells
like... And her cage that she was in is outside because I bleached it.
It's that, like, pooptacular that I'm like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, what would it take to actually, like, put our house on the market and move? Like, let's just start over.
Well, there's probably a reason that I don't smell it, though.
Why?
See, like I said, the door of where that room is over there, but I've got something that smells much better on my side, and you just don't smell it.
Oh, what is it? I would love to smell something that's not that smell.
Well, this is pretty good, actually. I don't know why,
a bag of?
But I was like, you know, we were in church and we were talking about, so I stopped. And, like, there's this new barbecue place by us.
Oh, my gosh. I just got so excited.
And
is this Fat Boy's Barbecue?
So I stopped at this place called Fat Boy's Barbecue. We're not going to eat all this on camera, but I wanted to try it.
Oh,
so
my
this
goodness.
is like a brisket. I don't want to spill it. Look at that brisket. That looks so amazing. This is actually pastrami.
Oh, my goodness.
And then here's some brisket.
Best husband ever status.
So, see, you smell that, and this is what I'm smelling.
Oh, my goodness. This is so much better of a smell.
That smells so good.
Oh, my goodness.
So I stopped on the way, you know, like home from church just to, like, grab a piece of this. I had a fork. I guess not.
Do you know how you can tell how sick that the DOG is?
I brought this over.
Wait, do you know how, like, sick the DOG is? This smell is here, and she's not circulating.
She's not even coming in here. Yeah.
Poor thing.
Poor baby. So, I brought this over, but I actually think I'm going to try it without it. So
yeah,
let's just try a little piece of it.
Yeah.
So what do you want to try first?
Well, either. I'm so excited. Man, sometimes your surprises are awesome. So this
one's pastrami.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I don't think
good. I don't have any napkins. Oh, yes, I do.
You've never made, like, pastrami in the smoker, have you?
No.
Or cooker?
I have been in the mood for some smoked brisket, but...
Wow.
Brisket takes, like, 12 to 18 hours to do it right, and I don't have 12 to 18 hours to stay home right now to smoke my briskets.
You don't... I'm sorry, me and my briskets are smoking right now, and... Oh my god.
I was thinking about starting one this week.
Now she smells it.
I was thinking about starting one this week at like midnight and just like letting it go all night long.
That's probably the smart way to handle this.
Yeah, but with all my games and stuff, I just haven't had time to do it because again, I need so much time. Yeah, she smells it.
Yeah,
but...
now she's like, what's
okay,
going
so
on?
we're going to eat this for lunch later.
Yeah.
Now you need to go lay down.
She's like, I feel like I'm feeling better.
Oh my gosh, look how fatty this looks. Can you guys see that?
That looks straight up amazing. Wow.
So we don't usually go out to barbecue places. Because I make my own.
Yeah.
But when you don't have time to do it at home.
Oh my goodness.
That was good. I'm sorry for talking with my mouth full.
Was it super expensive? Or was it reasonable?
No, they have some really good deals if you're a car person. No, they have They had some deals like
but we're not a carb person.
They have these deals like Tuesday through Thursday, like where you get like a brisket sandwich with one side and a drink for like $8.
Wow.
So, or I had to buy just like the meat separately by the pound, and it was $9.99 a pound, a half a pound. So I don't think that's that bad. So it's $20 a pound for brisket, and they smoke it fresh there every day. It's family owned. If you guys are in like the South Florida, are you gonna go lay down? Go lay down.
She's like,
you
no.
Can't have any. No.
She's like, but I'm feeling better.
So, yeah, if you're in the South Florida area, check this place out, because this is, like, really awesome.
I don't want to... Should we say on camera? Like, I think this was better than the barbecue we got in Texas.
Yeah.
That may be, like... I may get in trouble for that.
I really like this, because I actually asked them, you know, I said to them, listen, I don't eat sugar. I don't eat carbohydrates. So, like, what do you have in there? Like, we don't add any sauce to the brisket. We don't add any sauce. It's just, like, salt and pepper rub. So it's like, yes, like 0 carb.
And it's like a family-owned.
Family-owned. Like, you can. I went in there and the entire family is, like, working in there.
I love that.
So
I want to support
they have 2 locations plus a food truck, and then they said they're opening a 3rd location.
Because it's delicious.
Yep.
So
hey, let me get the dog to go lay down, and we'll be right back. We're back.
It's amazing how taking barbecue away will make her just leave. Like, we're not nearly as interesting as the barbecue.
Yeah. So that was actually really good. Did I surprise you? Give you a little treat.
Thank you. That was the best surprise ever. And actually now, like, I'm so happy.
You don't want to film anymore. You just want to go eat.
I want to go to, I want to go eat and then go into a food coma. But yeah, like, the smell has somehow dissipated because my happy is on.
So how was your week?
It was good. It was a very full, rich week. We had some just great things happen. Mm-hmm. I know that you weren't necessarily thrilled with the menu.
I definitely was not thrilled with the menu. It wasn't. I shouldn't say that. It wasn't super bad. It was just boring.
Well, to me, what made it interesting is the fact that we had a new challenge. That's what makes it interesting to me.
Right.
So you just weren't like titillated by the challenge itself.
Yeah. So if you don't know, if you're new to our channel, Rachel and I like to do different challenges once in a while, like just 5-day challenges. Like we did a keto break challenge once where
carnivore.
We were only allowed to eat keto break.
We did carnivore.
We did a carnivore challenge for 5 days. So they're not really like, we're not really doing the challenges to see like what are the benefits, because you have to do it more than 5 days. We're just doing it more like, can we do it? What would it be like? And what does just those few days affect you like?
And it did like disconnect some stuff for me. For instance, this is the first Sunday ever where I didn't chew like a mess of gum.
Yeah.
Because I think I had gotten into like eating a lot of gum because I'm eating it for the sugar alcohol or whatever, the sugar alternatives that's in it. And that sweet taste in my mouth, I just kind of gotten used to. So today was a Sunday and I didn't have to chew a bunch of gum or have like, you know, I didn't want a diet soda or anything like that. So I feel like a little bit more in control this Sunday moving forward. And I'm not interested in like reintroducing the level of like sweeteners that I had been using.
Right. Oh, and if you don't know, again, I started telling them, but yeah, so last week's challenge was an egg fast.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and so
you're like, what are
it
they
was
talking
really
about?
simple. We do have a video coming out on this week. I have to just finish editing it, but basically, it was super simple. We were only allowed to eat eggs, fat, and cheese.
But you know what? When you have a busy week, it's nice to just not even have to think, right? You didn't have to menu plan, and nothing is quicker to cook than an egg. Except
for when you have to eat 14 to 18 eggs in a day.
That can probably be a little challenging.
Yeah, when you know, I had to eat like...
You don't want to OMAD that.
Almost double of
You want a one meal a day, 14 eggs.
I was struggling to sit down and eat like 6 eggs at a time. So, but I don't want to spill too much and take away too much from the other video, but it was a little boring.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't bad, but it was boring.
To up the challenge... While we're eating eggs, it's pizza week.
Yeah, it was pizza week on Two Crazy Ketos. If you haven't seen any of those videos, I will leave a link to that playlist. So we did pizza all week. So yeah, it really made it difficult to do an egg challenge when I'm having to cook pizza and my kids are sitting there eating it. And Anthony, of course, is being a smart aleck going, Doesn't this look good, Dad?
Oh, poor thing. You know, Caleb was so merciful to you. He just quickly ate every single scrap of food in the house, so you didn't have to smell it, right? It was just gone.
I got like something in my eye, like an eyelash. It's a rogue eyelash.
Those are super annoying.
I think it's gone.
I had a moment Friday. This is so funny. Does anybody else have this issue if you're putting on mascara? It's like, I'm like putting it on, everything's going good, and then all of a sudden my hand goes rogue and like stabs myself with my mascara.
I've never encountered that.
You've never encountered, but I bet there's some ladies out there that are like, why did your hand betray you? You're like, you're easily putting on makeup, and then all of a sudden your hand is like, no, I'm getting you back. And then like, stab me in the eye. And so the whole day I'm like, I look like Lucille Ball from that like old episode of I Love Lucy, where she's just like can't stop winking, and that was me the whole day.
I've never done that, but I'll tell you what I have done in the kitchen when it comes to my eyes. One of my favorite things to cook with is jalapenos.
Oh no.
And then I would slice, I can't tell you how many times I've done this. You slice the jalapeno, you pull all the seeds out because the seeds are where all the heat are.
Yes.
And you do it under running water. So like you're not even thinking. And then lo and behold, my nose runs.
Oh.
Or you sneeze, or something happens, and you come up and you go like this, and now you've got like this oil from the jalapeno like here, and then you like get a rag and you try to wipe it, and now it's here, and the next thing I know, it's in my eyes. I can't tell you how many times. I had done that, and it's like, I've got to learn. You can't touch anything.
Don't touch anything
when you do jalapenos.
Yeah.
It's like really bad, and it hurts. Like I had it happen a couple months ago. It was so bad that like I literally rubbed my eyes by accident, and I didn't realize it. I've now learned that like after you do jalapenos, you really need to almost go take some alcohol and like wash your hands with alcohol, because what it is there's oils and it's on your hand. You can't wash those oils off.
And then very quickly after, I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Like, then jalapenos call to you, and then it's back in that vicious cycle because they are delicious.
So let's get back to Pizza Week. So what inspired Pizza Week was, we put that video out. It was the first one of Pizza Week. We did a review of the Real Good Pizza. And I always did want to try it. Everyone was like, oh, it's pretty good. It's like low in carb. And I want to say I should have like gone with the gut instinct because it wasn't very good. And I almost felt bad for putting such a bad review of as something that I know a lot of people like have said, oh, you should try this. It's good. But a lot of like our subscribers like commented like, yeah, had it. One person was like, my husband said, yeah, like, thanks for having something other than ham and eggs, but don't ever buy that again.
Well, I can't tell you how much that it pains us when like we have to give a negative report.
Yeah, we don't. We're going to be honest.
Yeah, but it's painful.
And we had 3 or 4 in a row. I don't think I've like put up 3 and 4 in a row, but we did like a few, not this past week, but the week before, which a lot of them are coming out this week. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, it was like 3 or 4 products in a row about, don't buy this. We
like to Oreo sandwich things, right? Say something nice, then say something critical, and then say something nice. And it's like when you get something where you're like, no, this is terrible, stop. Like, it's hard.
So I've got to come up with another, like, cool week thing.
Yeah, so if you guys have some suggestions...
Give us some ideas of, like...
What
so I know the first thing
like?
everyone's going to say... In fact, somebody has already said this.
What?
As a comment in one of our videos. Uh-huh. They want to see us do an organ meat week. Like, the entire week, Rachel's got to eat organ meats.
Okay, so what else is there out there that y'all would like to see?
I do think we're going to crack open those organ meats this week.
I think this is the week.
Yeah, I'm not every day, but I think we're definitely going to crack them open. So... we're not going to do any kind of weird challenge, but I do think I'm going to do like some longer fasts this week.
Okay. So you mean
you don't
like
have to,
intermittent fasting?
Yeah, intermittent. Well, we always intermittent fast, but you know, like it varies. But I'm thinking about this week kind of doing not so much an OMAD where I'm going to sit down and eat everything in an hour, but like probably like a 2 to 3 hour eating window for the day. I am looking forward to some vegetables this week. Got
me too.
Some cabbage, some broccoli flour, So, but let us know, like, give us some ideas for, like, week-long, both, like, a week-long challenge, a 5-day challenge, different things we should try, as well as, like, different types of videos. Like, what would you like to see where I can come up with, like, 3 or 4 of that kind of video in a week?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if anybody's noticed. So, we really have been aiming for 3 to 4 videos a week. And then we've kind of been ending up at, like, 5, 6, sometimes 7.
We just can't wait to talk to you, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we are
really enjoying this.
Yeah.
So much so. I've got great news. I'm super excited about this.
Yes.
I don't know how we're going to pay for this. I really don't know how we're going to pay for this.
Well, we're going to have tons of money once we sell the house because of the poop smell.
But we made the decision that we're going to go to Keto Con. I'm so excited about this. So if you don't know, Keto Con is like a huge keto convention. It's in Austin, Texas this year. It's the last weekend of June.
Never been to Austin.
I've never been to Austin. I've been to a lot of areas in Texas, but I've never been to Austin. So I'm super excited about this.
Me too.
And I was looking at the list of speakers, and it's like amazing. I mean, Dr. Ken Berry is speaking.
I love him.
Keto Savage is speaking.
Yes.
The creator of Perfect Keto. Logan Sneed is one of the speakers.
He's one of our favorite YouTubers.
And if you've never checked out Logan Sneed's YouTube channel, you got to go check it out. I'll put a link up here. But he does like just daily vlogs. He does weird challenges too. He just finished like, it was just, and I didn't know because we had already started our thing, but he just did like eat 12 eggs a day. Of course, he's like 22 years old, so he's eating 12 eggs plus like a pound of ground beef and avocado. I'm like, I don't want to eat that many calories.
I'm doing my exercise through watching him.
Yeah,
like, I'm vicariously living
sitting there
through
going,
his
this kid
exercise
somehow
routine.
can eat like 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, and he's like a stick. I mean, he's muscular, but he's a stick.
Yeah, but he does like some amazing like 30-mile bike ride.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, if you haven't seen him, I mean,
Such
he
an
actually
inspiration.
inspirational, like being so young and starting a business, and he had brain cancer. I think it was stage 4, and is in remission and like reversed everything with the keto diet. So speaking of which, if you haven't seen this movie, but there is an incredible movie that really talks about the impact of eating keto and low carb on not only cancer, but also on autism.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to the autism thing yesterday, but it's called The Magic Pill. And we actually had purchased it because we wanted to see it so bad. And now it's on Netflix right now. So I will leave like a link for that down below. But
yeah,
if you have Netflix, definitely check it out. If you know anybody who has a family member who's like got some autism in the family or cancer, or
it's worth a watch.
And it also, you'll finish watching that movie and be like, I am never, ever, ever going off of keto, even when I hit my weight loss goals.
Yeah. So, like, well, first of all, before we move on, because I did want to talk about that Broward Autism Foundation event that I had gone to that was awesome. Like,
I wasn't
so
done
fun.
talking about, like, I'm so excited about Keto Con, but you got to talk about this first.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say, if any of you guys are going to Keto Con, or you live in the Austin area, and you guys want to, like,
definitely let us know. Send us a message and let us know, because we are definitely going. I don't know how we're paying for this, but we're going to go because I was actually talking to someone. First of all, the speakers are incredible, and then there's so many keto YouTubers that live in that area. I know Keto Savage is going to be there because he's a speaker, but Logan Sneed lives in the area. goodybeats lives in that area.
He just had a baby.
Well,
actually, his wife did.
His wife had a baby.
He did not have the baby.
And I was watching that video. If you haven't seen it, it's hysterical because I was thinking about what you would have done as, like, she's just, like, minutes, seconds, hours after having the baby, and he's bringing the camera in.
I would straight up kill you.
And then she's holding this baby that's only a few hours old, and he's like putting the camera in the baby's face, and his wife is sitting and going, you better get used to this.
Yeah, but gorgeous child. And congratulations to them. We're
I'm hoping that we can
hook
up with some of these people. I know that Aaron from High Fat, High Fun, which I still kind of want to call it AD
I want to call
him
AD Keto.
Sorry, Aaron, but like I know he's going to be there, and Watch Autumn Keto is going to be there, so I'm super excited about going.
Just
And
exciting.
The more exciting part is the fact that other than us going away for the C3 conference for the last 3 years, and then the Relate conference, which is always like the week before or after, we have not been on a vacation alone, I really think, like, in at least 8 years. And we've been married for 11.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
It's probably time.
It's definitely time. And so this is actually the first Sunday that we're going to take off since we became children's pastors.
Wow.
So.
It's funny because, like, I know everyone will be fine.
I know. The church is going to be awesome. The kids ministry is going to be awesome.
But I am.
We just need to do this.
I'm a hovercraft. Yep. It's like the kids call me a smother because I'm like beyond a helicopter mom, right? And I think I'm the same way with church. I feel like I have to be there like every second.
Let's talk about your autism thing. How was your autism thing?
It was so awesome. So I even like found out about this because I had met with someone from Penn Dutch to talk to them about some of the ways that they can help their supermarket be even more keto friendly, because it's a great supermarket as it is, but you know, they have so many products that I don't think that they're really just allowing the public, you know, to really focus on, because it's kind of like
more of they're I always consider them a butcher / baker, and then they have other stuff, you know, because you're there,
right? So it was a great meeting. Like, we were just talking about stuff and going through the store, and the lady that I was meeting with mentioned that she had heard that our church had like a special needs program that catered to kids that had autism or other special needs. And her son, she mentioned, was diagnosed with autism, and that she had recently started carb restricting him a bit, and she was noticing like a big difference in his energy level and just all kinds of stuff, that it was really beneficial for her child. And so she invited me to come out to this event, and it was so fun. I loved meeting these new families and just getting to know them, and just, you know, hopefully having an opportunity to just like spend time with their kids, and you know, just have a place where they can drop their kids off for an hour, and I don't know, just have fun and enjoy and relax for a bit. And it was a beautiful time together. And it was at the tennis reserve in Southwest Ranches, which I don't normally get out to like that south of Broward.
Right.
And it's so beautiful and shady. You would have been so jealous because you were out in like full sun.
I was out in full sun.
And I was in this beautiful shady woodland area.
If you saw my vlog, you saw how red I was last night. And now like you can see like the red is turning to tan.
Yeah. So it was just a really beautiful event. And I'm looking forward to having more opportunities to meet more families in our area. And, you know, a lot of different organizations, too, are starting to do a little bit more, like, nutritional stuff with special needs kids, and just see, like, do tweaking diets, like, help to just get the most out of our life experience. And I think, yeah, like, we're noticing that. What can I tweak every week to just feel a little bit better?
I know we're, like, constantly changing things, like, tweaking things here and there. Always looking like, what else can I do? Like, you know, you get comfortable with something, and then you're like, and my whole thing is always like, if you're in a stall, change it up a little bit. Yeah. But you can't change up everything at once, because then you're not going to know what is causing my stall. Right. You need to change like one thing. So, like, for example, if you're just doing regular keto, you're in a stall, do an egg fast.
Yeah.
You know, just give yourself a complete change, give yourself a reboot, and then when you go back, eliminate one thing that you were normally doing, and seeing how does that affect me. Do that for a week or 2 weeks or something like that, and then, you know, if you didn't have any results, change something else. But that's why I love changing things up. And one of the things, Keto Savage last week or the week before put out this great video. I'm going to leave a link to it up here, because he really nailed it. And I've known about this, but it's so hard to get through your head. And it really affected me personally, because I've done the things he talked about. And he was talking about how he is so frustrated with some of the advice that people who are trying to lose weight are getting from coaches and stuff, and like severely calorie restricting, and you're looking at these, and you knocked yourself down to 400 to 700 calories a day, and all of these years later, you're still suffering the consequences of that.
I really am, and you already, like, I mean, at least for me, you already feel bad enough about yourself. Like, when I'm to this point where I'm willing to calorie restrict to this degree. And then when you have, like, the opposite results that, like, I had, where you're actually calorie restricting but still continuing to gain weight.
Your metabolism is so screwed up.
Now where is your self-esteem at?
So what he talked about in this video, and again, I had that link up there, and I'll put it down below, but he talked about how, like, when you're trying to lose weight, you should be, like, taking your basic, whatever you're eating, say 1,800, 1,900, 2,000 calories, and it needs to be a slow process. But we live in an instantaneous society.
Yeah.
Like, I need to drop 5 pounds in the next 2 weeks. And he's like, you're supposed to be dropping, like, 50 calories a week.
Yeah.
And it should be, like, a 3-month, 4-month, 5-month process where you drop 50 calories a week, 50 calories a week, 50 calories a week. And then when you hit a plateau, and you're not going to see results at first, then when you hit a plateau, you do something that really sounds insane. But you start adding calories back in. And then you lower calories again. And it's called, like, reverse dieting. Because what happens is every time you do that, you're teaching your body to, like, hey, now I can eat this much. Now I can eat this much. Instead of going from 2,500 calories to 1,500 calories. And now where do you go from there?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't remember what the exact number, but he was like, I never let a lady go low like 1,500 calories.
God bless him.
And they're having results.
Yeah.
And he's not the only YouTuber. I know that actually Aaron on High Fat, High Fun is doing a 90-day cut right now. And the coach that he's doing it with has said similar things about, like, 90 days. Just to see little results, but that's what's so great for your metabolism.
Oh, I remember. There's one thing that I forgot. When I went to the autism event yesterday, I met my polar opposite, the most interesting individual I've met lately. This gentleman can read a map, see a map.
You told me about this.
Go someplace, and he never, like, forgets it. So he can literally, like, look at a map and then completely memorize it and be able to draw in complete detail, like, everything that he saw. If he's been to a place one time, he never forgets it and he can find that place again. And that is the absolute opposite for me.
I've always been pretty good with that, with driving. If I drive now, I can't be the passenger. I've actually got to be the driver, and I can usually drive someplace once and remember, like, I still remember, like, every route, like, as a kid driving, well, not as a kid, but as a young adult when I was living in New York, of how to get to different places that I haven't driven to in, like, 30 years.
I can get lost in a clear plastic bag.
Can.
Easily. I will drop Anthony off for a game for him to officiate.
At a park that she's been to, like, 50 times.
And then it's like, it's an hour, and I can't stay there. I can't stay at the park because
Why?
My child gets yelled at. Like, they'll yell at him, like, open your eyes, ref. And I can't watch it.
You definitely didn't want to be at the game that we did last week.
I can't handle it.
We did a game last week that was so bad, and it was a high-intensity game. And the team lost by 1. And they lost by 1 because the coach was so abusive to us as officials, and it was only Anthony and I. And a few people asked me, like, how come there wasn't a third official? I'll tell you why. Because every official in our association has blocked this coach out and will not work his games.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad. I'm not going to say the name because it's a school that everybody would recognize. But this coach is that bad. He is abusive. One of his players dropped an F-bomb at me when I made a call in his favor, which made no sense to me. I made a call in his favor, and he dropped an F-bomb at me.
Oh, my goodness.
And I flagged him for unsportsmanlike, and the coach comes running, like, how dare you flag my player? And just, like, constant berating me, and it was so bad. And we were at a Christian school, towards the end of the game, like all of the stands were yelling, and then the stands were cursing at us, and the coach from the Christian school was trying to like knock it off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who's an awesome guy. The worst part was after the game, Anthony is going over to shake hands with the coaches. I'm like, get off the field. He's like, what?
Killed.
I'm like, those fans are going to chase us. That's why I put that public service announcement on.
Yeah. Because
that's why officials are quitting. So, like, I know it's hard for you to, like, watch. I used to beg her, come hang out with me and we'll go out to eat after my game. She's like, I can't do it.
So, I will go and, like, just go window shop someplace, go pick up groceries, you know, whatever it is that I have to do. So, I have to leave. I will have to have him text me his coordinates.
Oh, ping the location.
So I can find him again. I'm that lost.
And the funny thing to me is you do it at like a field that you've literally been to 100 times.
It doesn't matter. It's like every day's a new day with Rachel.
So back to this guy.
Yes. So he like doesn't forget anything. And fun fact, I always thought Sawgrass Mills down here is like a
if you're
landmark.
From South Florida, it's like I think it's like the second largest like mall in America, but no. I'm talking about not the inside of the mall, like the amount of land it takes up.
So he was like, fun fact, I bet you think Sawgrass Mills is the largest like mall like to walk, and I'm like, yeah, of course. And he was like, no, Aventura.
Which if you're from the area, that mall takes up a very small amount of real estate.
And he goes, but it's 3 levels.
Yep.
And so. But anyway, so he will go someplace and paint these maps. And he has like postcards and like paintings. And he teaches painting classes too for the kids. But it was like amazing. It was just so cool.
So it was a great day.
It was. It was a great day. And it was a great way to kind of end the week. Because the beginning of the week was a little bit nerve-wracking. Because my mom was having a procedure done. She had a blockage in her artery, kind of like the last of life before keto.
Right.
And so she had to have a balloon put in, and I was a little nervous. You know, I know it's probably a routine, you know, vascular surgery for the surgeon, which he did a great job. But for the daughter, it's a little bit, you know, you're frightened when anything's going on with mom.
She recovered super quick, which like from past things that she didn't recover super quick. I mean, just like what was it? 3 days later, right? Today's only 3 days later.
Yeah.
And she was in church today, serving 3 services.
3 services.
So, like, wow. Like,
it's amazing.
To be almost 70 years old and recover that quickly. I mean, she's had so many medical problems in the past.
There was at one point, we had gotten to the brink before keto where it looked like she was going to have multiple stents in her heart. And after my dad passed away from a massive heart attack, that was very, very scary as her daughter. Because she's super precious. I love my mom. And I didn't want to lose her. So once she went on keto, she actually did not have to have those stents put in. So we were really thankful for that. And of course, we've talked many times about how her diabetes was completely reversed.
They've been fights worth having to keep her on keto.
Seriously. So
I don't like to fight with many people, especially her, because like she is like a mom to me. I mean, especially she lives around the corner, and I love her. But it's been worth having those fights and having her and Rachel hate me for a few minutes while I'm telling them, you can't have that. You know?
Yeah, well, it's funny. One of my favorite pastors is Joseph Prince.
Yep.
He's from Singapore, and he says, you know, to the degree you love the person, that's the degree to which you like hate the disease. And like, like, so I really hated like the bad stuff that was going on in her heart and stuff like that. And so because I love her so much,
right?
And you know, there's probably somebody in your life that it's like it's worth the fight.
It's worth the fight. Like, you just need to have the fight.
Because I don't really try to impose keto on just everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's if someone asks me questions about it, I don't like follow up with them and be like, okay, what did you eat this week? Are you doing it? Are you like religiously practicing this? But with my mom,
my thing is if you invite us into your life, I am going to be brutally honest with you. And like, I got that even from our pastor who, like, when I sat down with him a few years ago and I'm like, I'm inviting you into my life. He's like, okay, that means I'm going to tell you when you are screwing up and I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you don't invite me, I'll give you suggestions. But if people ask us, like our friends, like, hey, what do I need to do? and then you tell them, and they're like, well, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
That's fine with me. I don't need to. Whatever you want. But if you say to me, I want you, which you have done, right? You came to me and said, okay, your job is to keep me on this and do not allow me to screw up. Do not allow me to cheat. And you still get mad at me when I say, like, you shouldn't have that, but I love you. And so I'm willing to have that fight. So when you invite me into your life, and say, like, I want you to make me accountable, I'm going to make you accountable. And that's what your mom was. Your mom was like, I want you to make me accountable. I'm probably going to scream at you. I'm probably going to tell you I hate you at some point. But it was worth it because to see how awesome she has done and, like, to see her, like, be able to take long walks with the dog around the community and, like...
Amazing.
Be able to, again, at almost 70 years old, showing up at church and serving 3 services with, like... little 3 and 4-year-old kids. So
I'm just so thankful.
So speaking of success stories, we want to institute something new on Keto on the Couch. We want to do just like subscriber shout out of the week.
I love that.
Sometimes more than one.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of taking it from Logan Sneed, who does client shout out of the day. But yeah, we love seeing you guys leave us really comments down below with, you know, like your success that you're having with your weight loss or health benefits from keto.
Thank you for sharing with us.
It makes us really
take it lightly.
Proud and honored to be a part of your lives.
Yeah.
So this person who's a new subscriber, it's Team Dave and Mon.
Okay.
Who left us a message on one of our videos. I don't remember which one of our videos it was. Said, thank you for sharing. I myself am on the keto diet, and I have lost 150 pounds over the last 18 months.
That is awesome.
I'm putting her little picture thing up here right now. It says, it has been an amazing journey, and I have documented everything on my YouTube channel.
Smart.
So I'm leaving like a link to her channel up here. Go check it out. I mean, they're kind of funny. She does different things on there.
Congratulations.
But I think that is awesome.
That is really awesome.
So yeah, if you want us to, we'd love to shout you out. Just like send us your like success story.
Yeah.
And I love reading it because it makes me feel good about what we do with this and helping people. It's just like, you know, lately even in church, like I've been spending a lot of time in the 1 and 2 year old room and the 3 and 4 year old room. And it just reminds me of why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And so like when you guys send us like, hey, this is what happened.
We wanted to be a part of the community, and so it's just nice that that's like
we like that we can like help you guys feel better. We like that we can encourage you, but I know like even when we first started attending Coastal Community Church, when we were still a mobile church, and the first time we served in the church was we went to this city called Collier City, which is a lower income area, and I remember going like, I'm going to go serve these people. We were giving out free hot dogs. Our church goes there every month on the first Saturday of the month. Just hand out free hot dogs and water, clothes, and just hang out with the people in this neighborhood. And I remember leaving being like, wow, I went there to help them.
And I feel
left
like
feeling
so happy.
more blessed than the blessing that I gave them.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this. So, like, I'm, like, honored that I can encourage and help you guys. And I mean, I think we both are.
But you're more of a blessing to us.
When you leave a message or a comment of, like, that you appreciate our video or, like, the weight loss success that you've had, that encourages us not just to do videos, but to keep going.
Yeah. You're going to make me cry.
I mean, it encourages me to... It helps me stay on track because, like, I really feel like having this channel... We started this channel as just, like, a joke for us to have a date. Like, let's film ourselves talking about keto. We'll start a YouTube channel. And, I mean, we did a couple of videos and then didn't do anything with it until January, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we said, no, we're going to be serious about this. And
maybe we could encourage some people.
We can encourage some people. But it keeps me accountable. It keeps me, like, on the keto. I mean, I stay on the keto because of the health benefits, but you keep me accountable.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
You guys are an encouragement to us.
So. Anything real before we get to the comments? Anything funny happened this week?
Yes.
Aside from me getting yelled at my games and, like, running for my life?
So, we're about to go to Easter services.
6 services.
Yeah, so it's coming soon. And for me, when I was growing up, the thought of inviting someone to church was like very, very scary. I didn't want to like infringe on someone's space, or
I still get that way sometimes. I mean, I've gotten much better, but I remember years ago, like, there was no way.
It was weird for me. It was hard. And then it got compounded because we had this thing at church where...
Our ice maker's knocking. I'm sorry.
Sorry. We had this thing at church where we were like, hey, let's just go around to like the surrounding blocks, just right around the church, and invite people to church. So I knock on my very first door to invite somebody, and the person who answers the door is this gentleman, and he's wearing nothing but cheetah G-string underwear. And I'm like, okay, well, this just got weird. All right. And I'm like, hi, we would love if you would come and visit our church this Sunday. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. Bye. So yeah, it was really weird for me. I was very, very nervous to invite anybody. And so now it's very easy to invite people to church. You can use social media. We have these like little invite cards.
I thought this was supposed to be a funny story.
Okay. So what happened was I thought to myself, you know, it's so easy to invite people to church that you'd almost have to put some effort into it to make it weird.
Right.
So I started putting on I have like, for the church, I have Miss Rachel from Coastal.
Which I don't like because you're spelling Miss, M-I-S-S.
But I've been a Sunday school teacher since I was 16 years old, and it's always been Miss Rachel. So it just kind of, it feels weird to me if I don't call
Sorry,
myself
I'm not
that.
wearing shoes.
So, well, we're in our home, so it's okay.
I know, it's still weird that my sock keeps popping up.
So if you want to check out Miss Rachel from Coastal, you can kind of see like what we're doing like at church. But I also posted all of these videos I made, basically just like, how can you make different invitation situations weird? So we're going to go ahead and show you just one of those right now. So here I am at Publix. I'm just getting some groceries. And one of the easiest, most least awkward and weird ways to invite people is just to put a little invite card like right on their car. See that cute little invite card I have there? That's not weird or awkward at all. So to kind of up your game with the weirdness and the awkwardness is to just instead use the windshield of the person next to you, just completely blanket and obscure. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. It got weird. So there you go.
That was weird.
That's how you can make it weird, inviting people to church outside of a Publix parking lot. There you go.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was fun.
I will give you had a good time with that.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
So I do want to say, if you are in the South Florida area and you don't have a place to go to church on Easter, come join us. Come to Coastal Community Church. We're in Parkland, Florida. Mm-hmm.
And we'd just love to see you.
Yeah, come say hello. Ask for the crazy children's people.
Oh, they'll know. Just say crazy.
Yeah, we're the crazy people. They'll know where we are.
They'll know. They'll find us.
We're doing 6 services. We're doing 4:30? Is it 4:30 or 4 o'clock?
I think it's 4.
I don't remember now.
Say 4 o'clock.
Say 4 o'clock because you want to get there early.
Yeah, you would just not want to be there late.
And 6 o'clock on Saturday. And we're also, I just found out, doing bounce houses and stuff for the kids on Saturday.
Okay, so I know where I will be on Saturday.
And then on Sunday, we're doing a 7 a.m. sunrise service on the lawn. Mm-hmm. And then we have 9, 10:15, and 11:30. So if you're in the South Florida area, come join us at Coastal.
Come hang out. So
you want to do some comments?
Yes.
So I don't have a lot this week. A lot of the comments, before we even get into these, were just thank you. And we want to say thank you to you guys for, like, a lot of people were like, I can't believe you're doing, like, a giveaway box at 500.
Oh my goodness.
And, like, thank you for subscribing to us. And, you know, we want to give back to you guys. We don't make any money off of our channel.
No.
Like, you know, we don't even have enough subscribers to be able to make money off of the channel.
That's okay, but
we enjoy doing this. Like we just said, we enjoy encouraging you guys. And so we appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch us. So we thank you for all of the incredible comments. And what was really cool was the winner was Jim.
Yes.
But like the amount of subscribers who were coming back on to comment to say congratulations to Jim.
You guys are awesome.
Like that made me feel so good. Like we have awesome subscribers.
Just nice people. And welcome to the 50 new subscribers.
50 new people since that video last Saturday.
That joined us this week. So welcome. We're excited to have you.
So we're on our way to 1,000. But a lot of people commented on that. A lot of people that were new. And we had a lot of suggestions when we asked about the egg fast. Yes. Which we talk about in that video, but just like telling me like, here's how to do the hard-boiled eggs. And it worked.
It totally
Because I've never made eggs in a pressure cooker before. I've always either boiled them and I knew how to make them perfect boiled. And I use the egg cooker and I know how to do it in a sous vide. But I could never get the shells off right. And it was perfect. As a matter of fact, though, the last set, but I think the eggs were a little bit smaller. I have to cut it down to for my next batch of hard-boiled eggs, which will not be for a couple of weeks. Has to be 444 because I like the yolk almost a little undercooked. I want it like super orange. And the last batch I had a slight green ring around it, 555.
That doesn't bother me, but he likes
they still peeled perfectly.
Thank you, because I got my entire egg instead of like, well.
So we had a lot of comments on that kind of stuff. So really appreciated that. So I have 2 comments from Crystal S.
Hey, Crystal.
Who, okay, first of all, she wrote, Rachel, I love your facial expressions.
You know how some people talk with their hands? I think I talk with my face.
You do. I love editing the videos and not knowing that you were like in the back going,
oh.
Yeah, and you're like, I didn't know she did that when I was like in town saying things like, he's wrong. Yeah. So she's like, I can't even remember the last time I ate pizza out. Our favorite keto pizza crust is 1 egg plus 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese for a cup of mozzarella cheese.
Oh, that's nice and easy.
I've never heard of this.
No.
I need to try that. That's why I'm going to read this. So she said it's a cookie sheet size thin crust pizza. It needs 4 cups of mozzarella cheese.
Nice.
It's cooked at 425 on parchment silicone for 12 to 15 minutes. Then pick it up, flip it over for another 5 minutes until it's golden brown. Then it's ready for topping. So if I'm reading this right, it's an egg and cheese, so no flour at all. I'm trying that, Crystal.
Yeah.
So can't hurt my feelings with cheese. You know, I'm curious if there's any substitutes for mozzarella cheese, not just here, but on some other ones. Because mozzarella is a little bit higher on the carb side.
Mozzarella.
So it says, she's like, the edges get crusty, and it is a nice vehicle for the toppings. She's like, I believe the recipe was found on delish.com. I'll have to look for that.
It sounds delish.com.
So then she wrote, hey, Rachel, have you and Joe tried, I don't even know.
Who's Jai?
Joe.
Oh, is he
Joe
cute?
tried.
Oh,
I don't know. It's a long day. What is it? Is this Creole Brew? It's a roasted cacao beans.
I have not.
So this was on the Sweet Sheets hot chocolate. So she's like, I'd like to see you taste off between the Sweet Sheets hot chocolate and the Creole Brew.
Oh, wow.
And see you review the Creole Brew and give your opinion on the taste difference. Crystal, if you could send us a link to that product.
We will buy it.
Send it to us at 2crazyketos@gmail.com. I will buy that personally and try that because I love hot chocolate and I would try anything that's hot chocolate. So, or any kind of chocolate kind of thing.
I am,
So yeah, please, send us a link to that because I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking for it.
I enjoy any hot beverage. I think part of it is I just want to hold the mug.
Yeah.
Is this an every woman thing? That we just want to hold a warm mug. I don't know why, but I do.
Okay, so next, I don't know if this is a new subscriber. I haven't seen her name before. Cheryl0756 said, "I adore you 2 cuties."
You're a cutie.
She's like, I have to laugh. I saw this product at the commissary. I think this was on the Real Good Pizza.
Military.
And got some for my husband to try because I'm always trying to find something different that's keto for him to eat. I think he gets tired of my go-to keto meal. We talked about this earlier, of eggs and bacon. I love eggs and bacon. She's like, it was pricey, and after trying it, my husband said, don't buy that again.
Oh, you're talking about the Real Good Pizza.
It doesn't taste very good, and the crust was terrible. Now that I know about the other keto chicken crust, I will have to try it.
I totally agree.
We put one out this week, and Keto Connect's version is awesome. I just changed mine a little bit. I like the mozzarella cheese in it. Mm-hmm. So, but they're all good. So, but try them. It just comes down to the thickness. The thinner you make it, the crispier the crust is going to be.
Yeah.
With my chicken crust, I like to bake it, and then I take it out and I flip it over for just another minute or two, so that that side gets a little bit browner. It's not like mushy right in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then I flip it back and I put the toppings on the side that was exposed to the heat more.
My favorite moment of that video was when you're pulling out like dried chicken and you're like, it looks like dried chicken.
I know.
And I'm like, it is dried chicken.
It was dried chicken. You know what it is? I catch myself either when I'm filming the video or as I'm editing, I'm like, I'm not redoing it.
And it's like, nope, too far gone.
I'm sorry about that.
Keep going.
We are novices at this. Speaking of novices, because
amateur hour?
Something that really annoys me about our videos is the lighting looks different in every video.
Do you have a beef with yourself?
I have a beef with myself.
Okay.
So I am not a videographer. I know anything I do know about this kind of stuff, like editing videos or like creating our little animated intro. Like I've self-taught myself how to do that stuff. I've never like gone to school. I love watching YouTube videos or learning how to do things. So I've self-taught everything, but I've never learned anything about photography. I mean, I grew up with cameras that weren't digital. Like
we had to wait and find out what does the thing look like once the film is developed and you get the pictures.
Yes.
And yeah. Like
so
film.
I don't know a whole lot about photography. So I am slowly, because we've been using our iPhone for all our videos, and we bought this awesome camera, which I think does a great job. But I don't know anything about like choosing the f-stop, choosing the exposure. So I'm slowly teaching myself. So hopefully these videos get better and better with the coloring. I finally figured out, which I did not figure out before, like our making the pizza crust that I made with you, about when you pick it up and the whole screen goes brown. Like I figured out how to fix that now. So I'm trying to get better. So I'm sorry about like the coloring. Sometimes I'm trying to teach myself how to then correct it in post-production and stuff. So
well, we also did learn that I need to self-tan.
Yes.
Because we are so off. Because you're beautifully tan and I'm like a pale ghost.
But yeah, if anybody out there, I think Steve T may, has any suggestions about lighting, because again, I see shadows. It annoys me. I'm learning. Hopefully I get better
we'll just
and better.
do like shadow puppets.
Hopefully I get better at this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it annoys me. So if it annoys me, I'm sure it annoys people like that. But
we're sorry. I feel like the parrot is way more annoying than your...
We've learned. Put the parrot out in the back patio while we're filming.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve T, speaking of Steve T, commented
Steve T.
when we were talking about going to the movies.
Yes.
So he said, Rachel, check out the Run P app, which I still have not downloaded.
This is brilliant.
To know the right time to run out during a movie to go to the bathroom.
Thank you.
Who was the genius and why didn't we think of that?
Seriously. I know. There's so many things that you're like, once they've invented it, you're like, man, I totally missed my opportunity. But yes, that would help a lot because I am like my attention is on when am I going to pee? So I'm not even going to enjoy the moment.
Yeah. So I remember when I was a kid, and I was driving with my dad. We were going across the Far Rockaway Bridge, and they had this little toll booth. It's like the bridge that's featured in the Godfather movie, like where like they get assassinated at the bridge.
Where Sonny?
Yeah.
Wait, spoiler alert. They may not know that
it's
Sonny
the Godfather. If you haven't seen the Godfather, and I'm spoiling it. I don't care.
It's been like 40 years. Like. It's time.
Time to go watch it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were driving through, and back then, like, you had to pay a toll. Well, you didn't have sun passes and, like, toll by the plate and stuff. And if you went a lot, you would buy a booklet of tickets.
How old are you?
I'm old.
Were you on, were you in a covered wagon? Like, what?
So you bought this booklet of tickets. It would be like 50 tickets in here, and you would get a discount when you bought this whole booklet. And you would go through. You weren't allowed to rip the ticket off. You had to, like, basically expose the one ticket in the booklet, and you would drive through like a matchbook, and the guy would rip it off, and you can keep going.
Like a movie theater guy?
Like a movie theater guy. Like in the toll booth. And I remember my dad saying to me, like, we should come up with like some kind of like a reader, like a thing that you can stick on your window so that when you drive through it just scans it. Because this was like right when barcodes started appearing on products. They weren't even using barcodes in the stores yet. Because I remember being like seeing like barcodes on like products and like, what is this for? Like, because every grocery store didn't have scanners, they had to like type. That's when you used to put prices on everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I am old. I am very old.
Was the
I don't look
still
old.
cooling?
Oh my gosh. So one of the people at church today made me feel so good. And she was like, today was her birthday.
Uh-huh.
And she told me how old she was. And I'm like, I would never have guessed that. She was like 39. And I'm like, I really thought she was like in her early 30s, like just turning 30, 31, something like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, we were talking about age. And I'm like, hell, you're catching up to me. And she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 48. And she was like, no. She's like, I had no clue. It made me feel so good. She's like, you like look so young. Of course, they knew how a little child called you grandma.
Yeah, I'm like diapering, like changing a child's diaper, and she was like, grandma? And I'm like, okay, I'm changing my moisturizer like today. Like, what's going on?
So back to the barcode thing. So we're driving, and my dad, this was before like you had code readers, as barcodes had just come out on products. And my dad was like, we should come up with this thing that you can like put on your window, and when you drive through, it just scans it. Of course,
well, you missed that boat.
We never followed through on it, and later on, like they did actually have that before you went to like electronic like scan things and RFIDs and stuff. I remember them having like a barcode thing that you would put on your window and you drive through and it would scan it. But thanks, Dad.
You could have been a squajillionaire at this point.
Yeah, we could have been like buying everybody keto boxes for free. But
wow. Well, sometimes.
So yeah, Run P app. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you what movie that we are going to have to.
Well, he says, I've never used it, but just in case. And he's like, the movie he wants to see, Avengers Endgame, is going to be around 3 hours long. So Anthony, who's a huge movie buff.
Yeah.
And we have that movie pass ticket with him. Went to try to get tickets to see Endgame. And, like, literally every seat in every theater within, like, 10 miles of us is sold out for, like, 4 straight days when it comes out. So we won't be seeing that movie for a little while.
No, I'll tell you. I saw a trailer this week for the Joker movie that's going to be coming out, I think, next year.
Right.
So we will definitely have that P app before I go see that movie because it looks amazing. Like, sorry, Jared Leto, but I'm actually glad that they have Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, and I think that he's going to do Mr. Heath Ledger proud.
Yeah. Well, I see this video is getting very long. Let's finish up these last couple. So, Barbara Perez wrote, guys, I have a question. Coffee. Mm-hmm. What brand is okay to use to make my bulletproof coffee? And should I worry about mold in my coffee thing?
Oh.
I would think you should probably worry about mold in your thing. Just clean it out with some vinegar. I don't know where you have mold. What brand is okay? Any brand for bulletproof coffee, if you're brewing your own coffee, is good. Yeah. Double check. Some of those flavored coffees do have some added sugars.
Or they add the milk to it.
Yeah, they have added sugars. So yeah, you can usually check that. But Rachel likes plain coffees. Like, she doesn't want to do bulletproof coffee with any kind of flavored coffee.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of like hazelnut or amaretto.
You like hazelnut and amaretto and like the cinnamon roll coffees, but not for bulletproof.
No, it I don't know. There's something about it combining with whatever it is I'm adding, like the butter, that it just doesn't. It's like a little off.
See, whereas I usually like French vanilla coffee with my perfect keto MCT powder.
There you go.
So. But yeah, any kind of coffee, so long as it doesn't have any carbs or like, again, some, not a lot of them, but some of those like ones you buy, like the K-Cups and stuff, have like added sugars to it.
Like,
so
make sure it's not like a cappuccino.
Yeah. So Gail wrote, because she had said that we need to do a mukbang.
I have no idea
we asked, what is a mukbang? So she was like, a mukbang is when you prepare a meal and then you eat it on camera and talk to your subscribers. Sort of what you do on the couch.
Cool.
So you would be eating all of your organ meat meals and talking to us. I would really love to see Rachel and all of her expressions. Please do this.
Maybe
a lot of YouTubers have done it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers like eat on camera, like that low. I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Subscribers. I'm sorry, I just don't remember the name off the top of my head. But he eats like he does OMAD and eats it like fast and like.
Yeah, but he's much better looking than we are.
Yeah, well, I guess we can try this. Do you guys want to see us do a mukbang and eat on camera?
All right.
Not, like, really pleasant looking, but...
I don't know.
We'll see what they say. And what should we eat?
It'll be an incentive for me to try to, like, keep it down if, like, it tastes like I'm afraid it's going to taste like.
So, last one. Kind of another shout-out, subscriber shout-out. CB.com wrote, I love you guys. I've been keto since July of 2017. I started as a type 2 diabetic at 302 pounds. Today, I am diabetes-free and down to 190.
That is awesome!
And I think that is a good place to end today's Keto on the Couch.
What a blessing. That is so awesome.
So, guys, if you have any questions, comments, just want us to read your comment on this video, comment on, you know, a lot of times I pull off of the other videos because there weren't enough, or a lot of the comments on here weren't like anything, like, they were just like pleasant things. I couldn't answer it, or they weren't questions. They were just like really nice, like, thank you guys, encouragements. So, but if you have questions and stuff, leave them on this video or send us a tweet, or is that what you call it, a tweet? I don't know.
How old are you?
Or on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
With the hashtag 2crazyketos. Or no, not 2crazyketos.
Well, I mean, you can say 2crazyketos.
Keto on the couch. Keto on the couch.
In my day, was bread like a nickel when you were a child? What was going on there?
We had 5-cent candy.
Okay.
So, and we will love to answer your questions and comments.
Absolutely.
So, please do us a favor. Check out all of our social media. Check out our YouTube channel. And, well, this is our YouTube channel. This is long. Check out our website at 2crazyketos.com.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yep.
And hit the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you will be alerted.
Yeah, because, again, we are uploading at least 3 videos a week. But lately, it's been 5, 6, sometimes 7. So you definitely want to ring that bell because you never know when we're going to upload a video. And some of them could be really funny, and some of them are just being stupid.
Yeah. Like right now.
Like right now. And please, make sure you hit the like button on this video. It helps our channel out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and until next time.
Bye.
Bye.